that's all for this week's show. For the latest news, results, and photos.
Hold up. Just because we had a lot of rain last weekend, did you think we weren't going to have a show? Think again. We've got you covered. This is Race Pro Week. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Race Pro Weekly. I'm your host, Mike Warren. Well, as it turned out for most of the area, Luke Bryan's song Rain is a Good Thing definitely did not apply. But for Friday night at the Fulton Speedway, they got their full show in. We'll start it off with some Empire Super Sprint action in our opening highlight brought to you by Landho Maintenance. The Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprint's getting ready as Matt Billings would have a tough break. He would be supposed starting outside of row number 2, but couldn't do it, and now the green flag would drop, as it would be Sean Donath leading the field early. Sammy Reeks gets a little out of shape working down the back straightaway as they work their way down the front stretch, as Paul Kenny trying to run down Billy Van Imogen in that 56 car is working on the inside with Donath as your race leader. Here is the 19 of Kenny working it up to the top side, but that time Van Imogen going to shut the door as trouble would come to the 2 of Dave Axton. Off of the restart, here's Van Imogen trying to make a move to the inside to take the race lead away. Donath goes back to the top. They drag race down into turn number 3 and 4, where Donath would take the advantage once again as they push through it down off of turn number 4 that time. It would be Donath still in front. Paul Kenny working to that number 2 spot, gets around Van Imogen on the outside. And now here comes Van Imogen for the first time this year. Electric slide job off of turn number 4. Kenny trying to cross back over as the caution would come out for Paulie Giovanni up in turn number 2. Off of the restart, it would be Donath out in front once again. Here comes Jason Barney now trying to make his presence known, working on the outside, getting by the 56 of Van Imogen off by turn number 3 and 4, and then going to work on Kenny through the corner. Van Imogen trying to battle back, and here comes Danny Varon in the 0-0 at the same time as Van Imogen fights for that number 3 spot. Another restart would show Paul Kenny trying to slide in front of the 53 of Donath. He would do it off by turn number 2. Barney looking to follow on the inside lane is now Varon going to get by Barney off by turn number 4 and take the number 3 spot away. Kenny trying to work his way up off the corner, keep the race lead from Donath. He does as Barney slides into spot number 2 here in the closing stages with Varon right there until on the outside. Final lap. Barney would wheel hop the left rear of Kenny. Kenny would hold on no problem as he picks up the win in race number 2 for the Empire Super Sprints. Second will be Jason Barney. Third, Danny Varon. Sean Donath would finish in 4th, and Fireball Steve Poirier rounding out the top 5. DIRTcar Sportsman out at the High Bank hold-up weekend, and there's David Schilling on the pole in an AIM-8 as he takes the lead in the early going with Kevin Root right behind him as they roll their way down. It'll be lap number 1. Score it to the driver of the 1-800-GOT-JUNK car number 20 machine. Meanwhile, Brad Rouse, one of the perennial drivers on tour in the DIRTcar Sportsman, clips a Uke tire coming through turn number 1 and 2, and it's a tough break for him as that would end his night with some damage on the front end. Off the restart, Schilling would still be your race leader, but the car on the move was the 0 of Shane Pecor, working it up on the outside lane as he would try to go around that number 20 machine as they come down the front stretch. Schilling tries to shut the door that time, but he couldn't do it the next time around as Pecor would roll his way on the outside lane to take that number 1 spot away. Meanwhile, Kevin Root would eventually get back by him off of a restart on the inside lane as Pecor tried to go back up to the top. Here's Matt Janzik trying to make a move for second as he gets it as Pecor bobbles. But Pecor with a resilient drive going to get back by them both on the inside as he would retake the lead. While all that's going on up front, Dave Marcucci working his way up to the field as these 3 would battle for the number 3 spot as Jessica Power along with Kevin Root going to follow for position through the corner as Root trying to make a move past Marcucci on the outside lane. Marcucci in that M1 now working back to the inside of him trying to take that number 3 spot away. Final lap, Janzik, that's about as close as he's going to get as Shane Pecor opens the DIRTcar Sportsman season with a victory out at the Fulton Speedway. Second would be Matt Janzik. Kevin Root would finish in 3rd, Jessica Power 4th, and Dave Marcucci would finish in 5th. It's now time for this week's John Ray & Sons fan poll question, which is, what is your favorite Friday night track? Log on to Facebook.com/RaceProWeekly and cast your answer, and they may be read on next week's show. We'll head back to last week's fan poll question now, which was, what were your impressions of the brilliant season opener in Albany, Saratoga? Well, Mark Procopio said it was long overdue, finally a race problem worth the 3-hour drive to go see. And Tim McFarland said, great show, some of the best racing I've seen in a while, and it definitely lived up to the billing. Well, we thank you guys for your considerations, and we hope you continue to tune in and cast your answers on our fan poll. Coming up on Race Pro Weekly, we'll head to a little bit of asphalt action as we head to the Spring Sizzler. Plus, we'll take a look down at the Volusia County Speedway and some action from DIRTcar Nationals. Keep it locked here on Race Pro Weekly.
You know, Mother Nature makes the best products, and Ghent Wood Products in Columbia County has figured out the secret. We use locally harvested trees, milled and kiln-dried right on site in Ghent. We stock rough-cut lumber, green or kiln-dried. If you prefer finished products, we offer that too, including shiplap, flooring, paneling, exterior siding, and tabletops. Come check out the reclaimed mushroom wood and barnwood siding. We combine the mill experience with a retail store, so you can go straight to the mill and handpick the wood you want.
Reputable, reliable, results. That's what you get when you call Rick and the professionals at RCT Roofing. Quality service at fair prices. RCT gets the job done, just like Nick Stone and the RCT Pro Stock. RCT Roofing, we've got you covered. There's only one place in the Capital Region for you to get the full racing action. Stop down at the Bobco video booth at the track or call 518-399-0937. Bobco Racing Video, the next best thing to being there.
It's the Hard Clay Open for the Short Track Super Series. Tuesday, May 8th, from Orange County Speedway in Middletown, New York. 4 wide on the track.
Coming at you off the turn, green is out.
Bumping.
Drag race down the back straightaway, a little contact.
Banging.
Look out, we got trouble.
And winning.
It'll be career win number 10 in the Short Track Super Series for Stuart Friesen.
Call 845-342-2573 to get your tickets today.
Welcome back to Race Pro Weekly. We got some action out at the Stafford Motor Speedway as you take a look at the SK Modifieds as Keith Rocco going to lead a field right behind him to the checkered flag as he would take the win in the SK Modified feature at the Napa Auto Parts Spring Sizzler.
Yesterday in the heat race, they did the plus-minus system. We passed the most cars. We were the best car yesterday in the heat race yesterday, and today we got a curveball throw at us. We didn't quite have the best car, but we had a car to stay out front, and we started up front.
In the late model feature, Daryl Keene working it up on the outside. He drifts up, and that allows Glenn Reen to get by him down the back straightaway. Tommy Fern trying to chase him down into the final 2 corners, but it would be Glenn Reen who would pick up the victory, bringing it off by turn number 4 and getting that all-famous double checkered flag.
There was no gift there. That was earned hard. The 79 bobbled, but we were right there. We got to put ourselves there. I got to thank all these RRC guys, and I got to thank the good Lord for the opportunity to be here and drive for these guys and Dan Avery. It's been an awesome weekend. I was a little frustrated in the SK as far as not getting a good finish, but I'll take a 4th. 4 points racing, and it was a blast racing with Tommy Fern. That was awesome.
And in the NASCAR Wheel and Modified feature event, who else but Ryan Preece looking to go back-to-back in the Sizzler, and he does as he picks up the victory. Preece getting a good celebration down there in front, and a well-deserved one for his 2nd in a row.
You know, I was going back and forth between adjustments the entire race, and then it got so close to the end, I'm like, all right, let's just stick to our original plan, and we just have a really good race car. I can't thank Eddie Partridge and Connie Partridge enough for letting me drive this TS Haulers number 6, giving me a job, my wife for being here. You know, it's always great to have her here, but it's been so hard to get 1, and now to get 2 in a row means even more.
Night number 1 of the DIRTcar Nationals getting rained out for the big block modified, so they're ready to go on night number 2 with a 4-wide salute to the fans as T-Bone Justin Ayers going to lead the field to the green in night number 2 of action at the Speedway. Jimmy Horton and then Halmar number 43 working his way up on the inside. Stuart Friesen trying to get by Timmy McCready as well. He does off of the corner. J.R. Hefner making the trip down to Florida this past year in the Calaruso and Sons car number 74, trying to move up through the field, but it would be Friesen trying to make his way up into the top 3, and he does pretty quickly as he goes to work on Tyler Seary for the number 2 spot, coming off of turn number 3 and 4 this time. Friesen again on the move as he moves into the runner-up position, trying to chase down the 3 of Justin Ayers, who seem to have a stranglehold on this field, as you can see him lifting the left front. Jimmy Horton and Max McLaughlin fighting for position in the top 5 as well as they power down the back straightaway, and then some smoke started to show on that Phelps Cement car number 3 machine as he would have some trouble, and he would slow a tough break as T-Bone lets this one get away with a little bit of mechanical trouble, giving the lead to the 44 of Stuart Friesen. Friesen would retake the advantage on the restart, but here's Tyler Seary pushing to the inside, trying to get something past that 44. His car's jockeying for position behind him. Danny Johnson working his way up through the field, and then the caution would come out as the one of Billy Pauchka would get turned around, and that would end his night as he would have to go off on the hook. Friesen would lead the field on the restart once again, as now Seary would move to the inside, trying to make something happen. And Seary having a great run here in this first feature event down at Fallujah, as Friesen would have trouble, and that would end his night in the 44 machine. Off of the restart, Seary would have the lead, but he's got Tim McCready and Jimmy Horton trying to make a move on him to take that number 1 spot away, and they couldn't do it as Tyler Seary picked up the first win at Fallujah on night number 2. T-Mac would finish in second, Jimmy Horton would come home third, Danny Johnson would finish in fourth, and the Genoa Giant, Pat Ward, would round out the top 5. When we come back, we showed you night number 2, but we got 3, 4, and 5 left for you. More action from Fallujah on Race Pro Weekly. That's next.
Hi, I'm Eric Pope, General Manager of John Ray & Sons. We're proud to be offering Bryant heating and air conditioning systems. Just like us, Bryant has been delivering home comfort solutions for more than a century.
Call today for a free consultation and save up to $875 with Bryant bonus rebates.
I'm Michael Laporte, Service Manager. From sales to service, our goal is to keep you comfortable, whatever it takes. Ductless AC is a perfect solution for homes without ductwork, new additions, or anywhere you need cool relief.
Call or visit johnray.com today.
That's it, baby. Put it to the wood. You'll get it.
You don't need sunlight or wide open spaces. You don't need 4 wheels. Actually, you don't need any wheels. You don't need a lot of time. You don't even need gravity. All you need is an engine and Sunoco fuel.
I'm Brian from 1-800-GOT-JUNK. This is my main man, Tom, and my other main man, Tom.
You never know how much junk you've got until you move.
Point to something you wish would disappear.
Would it be possible to... It's gone!
All you have to do is point.
Where have you been all my life?
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Courage at the mile. What part does courage play in this victory?
Kinzer going into the corner, trying to get by Dale Waxo, makes contact.
Hell of a lot, I'll tell you that right there.
So many times, everybody had lost track. Look at how it jumped up on the cinder track.
Tell you what, that was some close races at a high speed.
The World of Outlaws create memories for fans every night. Now share your favorite outlaw moment on social media. Whether it was 1978, 1998, or 2018, we want to know, what's your outlaw moment? Did you sneak into a victory lane picture? Get whiplash driving past a parking lot full of crews at work? Or maybe you simply got to meet your favorite driver in the pits after the races. Tweet it, Instagram it, just use the hashtag #MyOutlawMoment. You might even hear Voice of the Outlaws Johnny Gibson share your memory at the track. Don't delay, start posting today. Let us know with My Outlaw Moment.
Welcome back to Race Pro Weekly. Night number 3 of the DIRTcar Nationals saw Tim McCready and J.R. Hefner on the front row for the feature event, as the 39 machine would lead the field up into turn number 1 and 2, as Stuart Friesen already trying to make a move on the outside lane, trying to get that win he just lost the night before, as Larry White gets a little up top on the outside lane, a little too far. Meanwhile, you see the 43 of Jimmy Horton going past the 9 of Matt Shepard off of the corner, and Stuart Friesen working his way up through the field. He moves into the top 3, getting by J.R. Hefner. Meanwhile, Matt Shepard and Larry White jockey for position. Haven't seen this one before, have you? As they go through the corner, and then Max McLaughlin tries to muscle the doctor out of the way, and it turns out he's going to need a checkup. There's a little bit of front-end damage on that 6th machine. A tough break for Mad Max, as a number of cars coming down pit road, the 91 of Billy Decker being one of the first ones. Off of that restart, it would be Tim McCready back out at the front of the field, as Justin Ayers now trying to make a move on the outside lane to get by the Sweeteners Plus car number 39 machine off the backstretch. Then he'll make the move down into turn number 1 and cut right in front of him. The 3 car would have the lead as the caution would come out. Mueller on pit road along with the 20 of Brett Hearn. Off the restart, Tim McCready says, okay, anything you can do, I can do better. He pushes to the outside, gets by the 3 machine, and goes back to the lead. As the car gets caught on the outside lane, that's Larry White up in the loose stuff once again. Off the restart, here comes the 3 of Ayers trying to make a move to the inside lane, but he would get caught up a little bit too high in the next ensuing corner. That allows the 44 of Friesen to duck by him, as now Mike Mahaney looking to work his way up through the field, trying to get past the 3 machine as well, as Billy Pouch going to enter in. Danny Johnson and Matt Shepard going at it for position through turn number 3 and 4, and now here's White trying to battle back, going by J.R. Hefner as they go down the back straightaway. But T-Mac way out in front of this one. He picks up the win on night number 3 of the DIRTcar Nationals. Stuart Friesen would settle for second. Danny Johnson coming home with the second straight top 5. Justin Ayers battling back to finish in 4th, and Mike Mahaney would round out the top 5. Night number 4 of the DIRTcar Nationals would see the doctor, Danny Johnson, looking to make a house call down in Volusia County. As they work their way up into turn number 1 and 2, it would be the 27J with the lead, but Matt Shepard pushing past the 99L of Larry White. Max McLaughlin looking to follow off the corner as cars work their way up to the field. You see Brett Hearn trying to make a move on the outside lane as they roll through the corner. But the storyline in this one, the top 2, Danny Johnson and Matt Shepard, as Shepard starting to reel them in, working the inside lane off of turn number 2 that time, cutting it down to about 5 car lanes. Tim McCready trying to go back-to-back would have a long way to go in this one as he tried to work the outside, and as Shepard would eventually see some daylight on the inside to get by the doctor up through turn number 3 and 4, and he would take that number 9S to the lead. Here's McCready still trying to work on that Textron off-road car number 6 and Max McLaughlin down the back straightaway, but it's all behind Matt Shepard as Superman goes to victory lane. Ask me if I've seen that one before. I haven't. We've all seen it a million times. But hey, Shepard back in form once again as he picks up the win. Danny Johnson would finish in 2nd. McLaughlin would finish in 3rd. T-Mac 4th, and Justin Ayers rounding out the top 5. Coming up on Race Pro Weekly, we can't just let you have some of it and not give you the finale. We'll go back to Volusia one more time. Plus, we go in the pits a little differently this week as we show you some indoor racing action from the Times Union Center. Performance, quality, service. That's DMC Racing Products. Hundreds of name brand parts, competitive prices. That's DMC. DMC Racing Products. Race to win.
Hi everyone, it's Charlie Morris here at Morris Ford in Burnt Hills. It's hard to believe that 2018 is here. That marks our 46th year at doing business. Time flies and many things have changed, but one thing that has never changed is how we take care of our customers here at Morris Ford. My father once told me that customers come first. That remains the same today. So come into Morris Ford for the hottest selling vehicles on the market and let us make you a part of the Morris Ford family.
Our yours will always be number 1.
If you are a tracker series that would like to be highlighted on Race Pro Weekly, email us at show@raceproweekly.com. Welcome back to Race Pro Weekly. Final night of action down at Volusia as you see the Batmobile leading the 4 wide down the front straightaway as the Shannock Station, New Jersey's Jimmy Horton would lead the field of the green. Working it up into turn number 1, he'd have the lead, but here comes Billy Decker. He's very fast, working it up on the outside lane. Stuart Friesen in there as well, but Tyler Seary, story of the race early as he would be the race leader. Stuart Friesen up into the number 2 spot, looking to make a move on the inside to get by the 5-star machine off of turn number 4, and Friesen would be your leader early in the event as he would look to take this one home. Meanwhile, Mike Mahaney and Billy Pouch working up on the top side. Matt Shepard working the low side. There's a lot of racing room here on this Saturday night race. And here's Tim McCready in that Sweeteners Plus car number 39, looking for his big gator as the caution will come out for Jimmy Horton and Larry White off the restart. Things going to jumble up, and I direct your attention to that red and yellow machine on the outside. He was working the outside and working it well as he gets by the 27J of Danny Johnson through turn number 3 and 4 to take the position. Then go to work on Billy Pouch, switching it to the inside. And as that happens, here's Mike Mahaney trying to make a move on Billy Decker for position down the backstretch. Matt Shepard in there as well as he tries to dig to the inside of the 88 and the 91 up through turn number 1 and 2. And a tough break for Tyler Seary, who had a great run going as he would slow. Off the restart, Mike Mahaney tries to split one up the middle, trying to get by both Friesen and Shepard. He couldn't do it, though, as Friesen would hold on to that top side, But Tim McCready, as I mentioned, dancing off the top side, well, he was dancing off the cushion like the new kids on the block danced in the early 90s, looking to get up to that runner-up position. He switches to the middle, gets by both Mahaney and Shepard, working it down the back straightaway for a second. He'd get Shepard, then move to the outside, and he would get Mike Mahaney per second. And then he was cruising to try to get by the 44 of Stuart Friesen, and he found some daylight on the inside lane, as Tim McCready would be your new race leader off the corner. Friesen trying to dial it in up on the middle, trying to get the number 1 spot back, but couldn't do it, as Tim McCready takes the win and the championship down at Volusia. Stewie would have to settle for second. Mike Mahaney would come home third. Billy Pouch fourth, and the Ringo's Rocket, Ryan Godown, would round out your top 5. This past winter, we were greeted to a new treat in the Albany area: indoor racing. While we were there, our own Fast Eddie caught up with some of the sights and sounds of what went on at the Albany indoor racing. It's now time for this week's New York State Stock Car Association Performer of the Week. And with his win in the Empire Super Sprint feature event Friday night at the Fulton Speedway, it goes to the Driver of the 19th, Paul Kinney. Kinney is now eligible for the Performer of the Year award given out at the end of the year.
That's all for this week's show. For the latest news, results, and photos, check out Race Pro Weekly online at www.raceproweekly.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. So for myself, Bobby Chalmers, Fast Eddie, Scott Morlock, Amber Chalmers, and everyone that helps put Race Pro Weekly together, thank you for watching this week's episode, and we'll see you next time.